9.5 Introduction to Functions. We used to use y, and we use what? Y and x. From now on, we use what? X and f of x, okay? Like this. So we're replacing y by what? F of x. So let's read the objectives. Understand the definition of relation. Understand the definition of a function. Determine whether a graph or equation represents a function. 4. Use function notations. 5. Apply the function concept in an application. Okay, so inside your notebook, please look for those words: component, relation, domain, range, function. Okay, take 2 minutes or 3 minutes to find those meaning on the internet or in the book, and write their meaning in English on the space there. Naif, Muhammad.
قاعد شيء فن. شوف الدكتور فاين ترى اتوقع يمكن هم غيروا. هذه جديدة. نشوف الجروب. لا هنا في الميل يا شباب. فاين.
Okay, are you done? So, okay, now let's take a look at the summary for this lesson. A relation, what is a relation? Relation is any set of order pairs. The set of the first component, okay, the first component of the order pair is the domain, okay, and the set of the second component is the range. So take a look at this example here. It said the domain of the relation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 7. Okay, so what are the domain? It's going to be 1 and 3. So we take the first A component. Okay, since 3 is repeated 2 times, we only take it 1 time. So your answer here is going to be what? 1 and 3. Okay, that's called a domain. So we are looking at the x value. We're looking at the x value. The range, what is the range? Is the second component, 2, 4, 7, as you can see here. So the range is 2, 4, 7. Is this clear? Now, a function is a relation in which each member of the domain corresponds to exactly one member of the range. No two-order pair of a function can have the same first component and different second component. So you have to make sure that you are getting only one value or one component for x. So for example, here I have 1 and it give you what? 2, correct? 3 give you what? 4. Now 3 again, it gives what? 7. So this is not a function. Why? Because every component in x allowed only one component in y, not two components. Is this clear? All right. So the relation is not a function, okay? 3 in the domain corresponds to both 4 and 7 in the range. Is this clear? Okay. Let's move on to the summary for the next part. If a function is defined by an equation, the notation f of x read f of x or f at x. describe the value of the function at the number or input x. F of x equal what? 7x minus 5. Then if I replace x by a plus 2, then you replace x also the same thing here, a plus 2. So you're going to get 7a plus 14 minus 5. You're doing distribution. Okay? And then you combine like terms, 14 minus 5 give you 9. So here we are just getting the results. Okay? Next, vertical line test for a function. Okay? The graph of a function is a graph of its order pair. So we are just graphing the order pair. The vertical line test of a function. If any vertical line intersects a graph in more than 1 point, okay, the graph does not define y as a function of x. For example, I have this graph. Take a look here. How, if I do vertical line test, how many points does it cut the graph?
2 points.
So it's not a function, not a function. Right, here I have this graph. It cuts it in how many points?
1.
Then it's a function. Is this clear? At the left or the right of the function graph, you will often find the closed dots, open dots, or an arrow. A closed dot shows that the graph ends and the point belongs to the graph. An open dot shows the graph ends and the point does not belong to the graph. An arrow indicates that the graph extends indefinitely. Okay? So is this clear or not clear? That means here, this arrow means it continues. It's indefinitely extend. Extend means it's going up. And here the same thing. This circle, of course, it's closed. Means there is no extension. Okay? Okay, let's move to this one. The graph of a function can be used to determine the function domain or its range. To find the domain, look for all the inputs on the x-axis that corresponds to the point on the graph. To find the range, look for all the output on the y-axis that corresponds to the point on the graph. So here, take a look here. I have one graph here and another graph here, right? So here, this is closed, but this one is open. So if I say find f of 2, where is f of 2? How much is x? It's 2, right? So I go to 2 here, see? If you go to 2 here, how much is y? If this starts 1, 2, 3, 4, how much is y in this case? Is going to be how much? 4, very good. So what is the domain? The domain, as long that this arrow, do you see the arrow on the right side? Is going where? Up. And this arrow going where? That means it's extended, right? And this is extended. So the domain means x values. X value is what happened to it. It's what's going here negative infinity and here positive infinity. So the domain is what? Negative infinity, positive infinity. What about the range, lower y? We start from where? 0. Is it included or not included? Not included. If it's not included, then is it open or closed? It's open, right? If it's not included, then it's open. You see here, you make it open. You see, and it's going to where? Where it's going? Up. That's mean to where? Infinity. Is this clear? Clear or not clear? Okay. So this is like a summary for the entire lesson. But let's go step by step so we can understand more. Okay, right. Remember this is classwork. You have to do the classwork, okay, which is filling in the answer. Okay, what is the domain here? Our brother here, what's your name? How much? Salman? Yalla Salman. What's the domain and the domain. And what is the range? Right. So the domain is 1, h of and 3, 1990, and 5. Where is 1990? That represents a right value. So right? You're gonna say what? 19. The range next to you, 90 plus 0.8. And what about the other one? 2015? 5. Very good. Thank you. Which represent a point y values. Okay, 3.2. Okay, because corresponds to this. Is this clear? Correspond to this one. Okay, clear. So let's move to the next one. Function or function, Muhammad?
Function.
Why?
They determine whether
Because the x is not repeated. So you need to say function or not function. Conclude. We look at the x. Conclude the. If x is repeated, then it's not a function. Is x is repeated?
No. So it's a function.
No. Then in this case, it's what?
Function.
Is this clear, everybody? If you understand, raise your hand. Okay. Next one. Your name?
Khan.
Yalla Khan.
Determine whether relation is a function. Yes, it is function.
Okay. We look at the x values. Is x repeated?
Yes.
So it's not.
Yes. Then it's not a function. It's the opposite. Is this clear?
Yes.
So it's not a function. Okay. The previous one, it was what? The previous one was what?
Function.
Function, because it's not repeated. Not a repeated. But when this one, yes, repeated. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah, the next one. Who's third? Saleh.
If x 8 x minus 3 fine, if 12 if minus 1 and 2 and if 0.
Very good. So we replace x by how much?
12.
By 12. So 8 and then open parenthesis minus 3. And the next time is going to be what? F of what? Half. And then 8 and then you put the value here. And the last one? F of what? 0. So you replace here like this, right? Yalla, do it please and tell me what will be the answer. I will do the hardest one. The answer is how much here? Yeah, I did the hardest one. Yeah.
12 33.
33 total?
33.
33, good.
بعدين negative 7.
This one negative 7? Okay. Is everybody agree on these numbers? Make sure that it's correct, right? Because Muhammad, maybe he will, give you misleading information. Right, Naif? Naif or Nawaf? Nawaf. Right? They can give you misleading information. Okay, so we are done with what is goal? What is this objective here? Evaluating a function. Easy as easy? If you understand, raise your hand. If you do not understand, raise your hand. Muhammad, you understand?
I just come right now.
Oh, just come right now. Maybe Muhammad Al-Achan can explain to us. Muhammad Al-Achan, can you explain to Muhammad because he just came now? What are we doing here?
We're plugging it into the expression to get the answer.
So here we have what, 12? So plug 12 here, right? And we have here what? Negative what? Negative half. So plug it here. And then we have the last one is what? 0. So plug it here. Okay? And then you get the answer. Easy as easy? Yalla, can you do this? It's the same thing. Repeating the same thing. Yalla, you do it yourself. Yalla, mister. So you have G, not F. How many times you have to do it?
3 times.
Okay, I'll do the hardest one. The answer here is going to be what?
0.
0. Yalla, who can tell me this one?
Negative 2.
Negative 2? You sure? This give you what, 4? And this give you negative 6. So the answer is negative 2. Here is going to be how much? 2 and 2. So that's 4. This is what? 6. So the answer is what? 10. Is this clear, everybody?
Yes.
You get the answer? Yalla, move on to the next one. Use the vertical line test to determine if the graph represents y as a function. Do you remember what I said about?
It can only hit once. It should only
Yes, if it hits it in, this is called vertical line A. Vertical line test. If it hits the graph in 2 points
It's not.
or more,
It's not.
so it's more than 1 point, then it is not a function. Is this clear, everybody? Let's go to the next one. Whose turn? Please read.
The function p of x equals 0.0x power of 2 minus 1.8x plus 42 models the percentage of college freshmen p of x who studied and did homework at least 6 hours per week as high school seniors x years after 1992. Find the interpret p of 20.
So this is the models, right? What is the models? What is the model? B of x equal what? 0.08 square minus 1.8 plus 42. Okay, I'm gonna replace x by how much? 20. Okay, so I'll put 20 here, 20 here. Yalla, use your calculator and tell me what's the answer. What's the answer?
58.
38? 38 like this?
Yes.
So how can we interpret this? What would say 38? So we say according to the function model, 38% of what? Of college freshmen. Okay. Who studied and did homework at least 6 hours per week as high school seniors. Okay, after 1992. Okay, so that's the answer. Is this clear?
Yeah.
So I'm copying it from here, from the top here. Is this clear or not clear? Okay, so now it's your turn now. Can you do this classwork now? Yeah, everybody do this classwork. Maybe this one, I just wanted to show it to you, this one, okay? If x here, if I replace x by 1, for example, you get y squared plus 5. And then move the 5 to the other side, it become what? You get y squared equal 5 minus 1. So y squared equal what? 4. Now you have to take the square root for both sides, correct?
Yes.
So your answer will be y equal plus or minus 2. That's not a function. Why? Because I started with what value for x? 1. And I end up by how many value for y? 2. Therefore, this is not a function. But what about this one? If I replace x by 1 here, what are you going to get?
6.
You're going to get 4, right? So y equal 4. So take a look here. I have x is 1, but y is what? Y is 4. So this function or not function?
What from?
Not function.
Mesh.
Because 1 give you 4. But here, this one give you what? Plus 2. And also 1 give you what? Minus 2. The one here gives two values, plus and minus. Okay? Is this clear? Now please continue